What's up, people? Welcome back to the BCMA podcast. That's the Black Clover Martial Arts podcast. It's your boy Lucky from Lucky's Muay Thai. This is session 2, episode number 1. I took like a year break and everybody went crazy. I am not sure what is going on out in the world, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. First of all, welcome back to all of you. Welcome back to us. I had to take a break because we were trying to figure out what was going on with the gym. We ended up moving to a new location, which is super dope. More space, brand new mats, brand new wall mats. We actually built the floor and built a wall. Shout out to Jacob, Broccoli, Roberto, everybody that helped. I don't even know. There's so many people that helped. Connor, freaking, I don't even know. Everybody that jumped in and gave a hand. Amik, shout out to you. Anyway, we got the place built. So, if you want to stop by the gym and check out this new place, www.luckysmt.com. It is fantastic. The jiu-jitsu program has grown so much. I'm super proud. The Muay Thai guys, listen, we were also in the middle of some major stuff this last year. So, Broccoli won the championship, 125-pound PFL championship, and then he had to defend that. And then I got a bunch of young guys that are out here really busting their tails, trying to like make something happen. So they've been doing some tournaments. So there's been a lot going on between the move and all of that. We just had to take a little bit of a moment and breathe. So if you want to stop by the gym, hit us up, www.luckysmt.com. Come by for some of the best training you will ever have in a great community and a new place. Like, who couldn't ask for more? If you like this show, tap the like, hit the subscribe button, tell a friend, pass it along, help with the algorithm by writing a comment. If you want to stop by the gym, you already know the deal, www.luckysmt.com. We are waiting for you. Okay, as far as the gym goes, 2026, what we have in store is just a lot more of what we do well, which is really trying to help people feel confident in a safe place and try to push these young dudes along, let them get some fights under their belts. A lot more coaching, not just from the Muay Thai side, but it looks like I'm going to be doing possibly some coaching on the jiu-jitsu side. So, I'm trying to learn how to deal with that. Teaching jiu-jitsu 1 day a week, and I'm trying to figure out how that works exactly. Muay Thai coaching I could almost do in my sleep, but jiu-jitsu coaching and teaching is a little bit different, requires a little different level of understanding of how people move and all that kind of thing. So it's been interesting trying to figure it out, and I've enjoyed it. So I'm really looking forward to see how far I can take that, and trying to earn the trust of like young jiu-jitsu athletes that are trying to compete, and also myself trying to figure out if and how much I can bestow upon them so that they can be, or achieve their goals. That's what I'm actually trying to do. Anyway, so that's the number one thing. As far as this podcast is concerned, I suppose I owe you all an apology. I left abruptly, but I really did need to take a breath and kind of figure out how things were going to go with the gym, etc. I'm going to attempt to fulfill 24 episodes this year, this session. The last time I started this podcast, I started it during COVID, which, by the way, here we are. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was just kind of letting it run until it didn't run anymore. We got up over 100 episodes, and I was like, all right, it's break time. Got to figure out the gym, whatever else was going on. But now, I think my goal is to knock out 24 episodes for you all, talking about whatever. Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, yada, yada, yada. UFC, although, oh man, some negative thoughts about that, but we'll get into that too. And maybe an emergency show every now and then. So, that being said, welcome back to the BCMA podcast. We're here for the long haul. We ended the last year with Andrew Tate and Jake Paul on their knees. And hopefully that shattered some of the delusion of some people out there that everybody's at this higher level of fighting or whatever the case may be, or alpha male or whatever the case may be. Delusion's a great thing. It can get you to high places. Most of the top athletes in the world and business people and whatever else are at least a little bit delusional. And you have to have a little bit of that to overcome those days where nothing is going to go right. You have to feel like everything's going right anyway. And they got to a point where they had a nice little following. Everything's, pushing. And I think they hit brick walls at the same time. Now, I don't think that's going to stop them either way, although Jake Paul said he's going to retire. I don't know what Tate's doing. None of that shit even matters to me. The most important thing to me was just that people realized, that there is a level of delusion that is hard to overcome. And sometimes it leads to places where you end up on your knees. So be a little bit delusional, but not a lot of bit delusional. All right. UFC 324 is coming up. I really am not paying attention to that kind of stuff, but I'll start paying attention a little bit more. I guess since the end of the year, the new year, things have been a little bit hectic. Nothing's really been happening that's been that important as far as MMA is concerned. However, Kayla Harrison is out now of 324, which is supposed to happen next week. I believe it's next week on Paramount Plus, which is now $59.99 because it includes the UFC. And I'm not sure if that's an addition to what the already base price is or if it's $59.99 total. I will definitely figure that out because I don't know if I'm going to pay it. I don't really watch that many things on Paramount Plus. And I don't know if I need to watch every UFC. Anyway, Kayla Harrison out, apparently a neck injury. She was supposed to fight the Hall of Famer Amanda Nunes on her comeback, and that is squashed. So now they rearranged, I guess, the rest of the card. But Patty Pimblett's fighting Justin Gaethje. Sean O'Malley's fighting Song Yadong. All of these people, not all of them, but some of these people are vying for the White House fight. That's right, the White House fight. What do you feel about this? See, I remember when it was like the country was basically behind a team that won some sort of championship, and they went to the White House to meet the president because it was an honor, because the presidential office kind of meant something more than maybe people are turning it into now. People. Fights at the White House. John Ennick says maybe 7-8 title fights. I'm assuming they're going to make up titles. The White House championship title, the presidential title, or the Donald Trump presidential title. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but everybody's vying for that, and I find it really, really interesting. And in an era where some major league teams, and I don't mean baseball, I mean major teams, NFL, NBA, might decide not to go to the White House even to meet the president. UFC fighters are fighting tooth and nail to be able to get on a card at the White House. Now, historically, it'll probably be a big deal. Obviously, it's a big deal. But the stain on this show is that everything in this world has gone topsy-turvy, upside down, into the upside down, if you know what I mean. And not only that, but, there's potential for something more within our country. And honestly, we can all dance around it, but whether you love this administration or hate this administration, there is only one common denominator that causes all this chaos. And, maybe it's a time for us to all sort of reflect on who we all are, because I spent a year, years now. During COVID, those 100 episodes, man, I did that over a number of years. And so many of those episodes, I said, go out, be good people, take care of your neighbors, take care of each other, love each other. It was a primary message for this podcast. And I sit here super disappointed in some of you. I don't know where we went wrong as a country or as a people. I was very proud growing up. I always felt like maybe there was a possibility of something great happening along the way, and that people would find love, because obviously love is the way. But now it's like speechless. Basic human decency. Just respect each other. That's it. If you don't like it, turn it off. If you don't want to see it, walk away. If you don't like this maniacal madness that's going on right now is definitely not and should not be a reflection of who we are in its entirety as a people. The fact that UFC athletes are running for the opportunity to stand next to this administration and be in this White House situation, UFC fights, is definitely a reflection of which direction the sport has gone, and definitely a reflection of what type of people have come into the sport over the years. As I said, where other athletes are standing up for, rights of people that can't stand up for themselves, the MMA sphere, I don't know if that makes any sense, the MMA sphere is full of, and not all, obviously, but full of a lot of people that would just as soon talk badly about somebody because they have a disability or something happened to them that, maybe they lost a match or lost a fight or whatever. They would just as soon jump on them and tell them they're, a loser piece of shit than try to uplift that person. Now, there are tons of people out there in the sport or in MMA and Muay Thai that want to uplift the people. But unfortunately, right now, it feels like, there's not a lot of love to be seen. And it's unfortunate, because there used to be a lot of lovely people out there, at least in the sport. And I believe, and when I say lovely, I mean misfits, people that just weren't accepted elsewhere. And so they found a place where there was some brotherhood. But now it just feels like a lot of people that were in positions that they had some power, they just didn't have enough. They wanted to be able to call people names and call people F words and whatever else. And so because of that, we now have the madness that is Minnesota, that is Chicago, that is Atlanta, that is all these other places, that thing in California and this place and that place and tariffs and this and that. And like nobody even knows what the hell's going on. And you cannot tell me that you do. So that being said, I will definitely keep track of the UFC. But I've really been enjoying RWS primarily because of a lot of like knockouts and a lot of like good fights, like really good Muay Thai fights. Like they are top notch right now. So for me, I might be posting a little bit of RWS reviews and reactions as part of the podcast, because maybe I just need to refocus that, and maybe some jiu-jitsu stuff, because like I said, man, for me, it's all about the love. Love conquers all, and that is the way it should be. And as much as there are people out there that are super negative about the way things are, I am going to be a beacon of light for positivity on this channel. So I only have 3 words to say to all of you. But before I do that, if you like the show, keep the like, hit the subscribe button, tell a friend. I didn't mean to get super crazy, but I wanted to make sure you all know this is who I am. This is who this show has been since the beginning. Love each other, take care of each other, be good human beings, have a little empathy, have a little common human decency, and good things should happen. That being said, we back.